Hey, what's up guys? Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and Ome Realty. So we're gonna do another mortgage rate update. And then also, there's something that nobody is talking about. Or at least it hasn't crossed my desk, it hasn't crossed my path, it hasn't crossed it in my circle of little friends. It really hasn't really hit. Why is there over 1,640 total CEOs that quit in 2019? And we had another record-breaking CEO departure in 2022. Here, we have so many CEOs that left, and it's not like I'm talking about CEOs like, oh, I could go ahead and file my LLC or my S Corp, and then all of a sudden I'm becoming a CEO. But yeah, everybody is dipping. Everybody except the president of CNN. That guy, that's a reasonable. The way he left is actually legitimate. I would have probably left too. President Jeff Zucker, he was just laying pipe like a thing to do. So the rest of them are all weird except Jeff Zucker. Jeff Zucker, you dirty old dog, you. That we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But my dude over there laying pipe like he's a plumber over there at CNN headquarters just doesn't give a damn. He just bumping belly buttons with whatever walks his path. But let's get on with the mortgage rate update. As of 10/3/2022, 30-year fix will be sitting at 6%. 15-year fix will be sitting at 5%. 30-year high balance will be sitting at 6.28%. DSCR loan, which is a debt service covered ratio, that'll be sitting at 8.50%. Debt service covered ratio is for people who want to get into the investment side of things. I'll put a link somewhere above. You can watch it. I can't keep explaining that one, or I can probably. So it just means that the total rental income you got coming in is going to cover the total of debt you got going out, and then that's going to be your debt service covered ratio loan, where we don't need W-2s, you don't need pay stubs, you don't need any of that stuff. Bank statement loan, that's another non-qualified, non-agency program where you could go ahead and use your bank statements to go ahead and get yourself qualified. FHA 30-year fix will be sitting at 5.38%. 7/6 adjustable rate mortgage, 7/6 ARM adjustable rate mortgage will be sitting at 5.87. USDA 30-year fix will be sitting at 5.37. VA 30-year fixed, 5.56. Hard money fixed and flip will be sitting at 9.75. You see a property, you want to go ahead and rehab it, make a little bit of money off of it. That loan program, it's usually typically, okay, it can be long-term, but don't get stuck into a long-term like, oh, I want to open a business, I'm going to use my house on a hard money. Don't do stuff like that. Fix and flips, hard money, okay? Now hard money, one part of a hard money is fix and flips. There's a bunch of different ones, but we just price out fix and flips. Now that will go up to 85% loan to value. So all that means is that you have to bring 15% to the table, and then we will cover 100% of the total rehab cost. We do have a whole entire structure of how we were gonna go ahead and get to those numbers, considering if the ARV is within the comp of the area, but we'll leave that for another video. Or if you want, like, subscribe, comment, all that other stuff, let me know and I'll go ahead and DM you individually. And if you did want any of those mortgaging products, up to 0% listing on selling your current home or any of the mortgaging assistance, 50% commission rebate on purchasing your home, because nobody else does that, link in the description below. But let's get on with this. Okay, so in 2019, we had the biggest departure on as far as CEOs goes, just dipping and dodging, okay? They're just leaving, and there's a couple of different ways that people are looking at it, okay? I'm not gonna say that I'm this like conspiracy theorist guy, because honestly, I have my own goddamn problems to worry about a conspiracy about whatever it is that somebody else is going through. I got kids, I got a wife, girlfriend, and I'm just kidding, I don't have that. I'm just joking.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Joking. But the CEOs that actually have left, Adidas Casper Rosted, he left into after his contract runs out in 2023. He's like dipping and dodging. Maybe it's that Kanye West thing, because Kanye West, he put Gap in a completely bad situation, which coincidentally is also my next little thing. In July, Gap announced Sonia Singhal would step down as CEO effective immediately. The retailer executive chairman, Bob Martin, is serving as the interim CEO. Singhal was Gap CEO for only 2 years. That's because they messed up. So get this, so Kanye West, he comes up, and it's amazing how the power of social media works that could shift that could shift companies and the way that investors see these companies. Now, Gap is a publicly traded company. Adidas is a publicly traded company. Now, this guy, Kanye West, which I love him, one of my favorite singers, artists out there. The guy's batshit crazy, but in that...
Like, I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you.
That world, you need to be completely nuts. Nobody in the history of anybody has ever created something awesome without being batshit crazy. Steve Jobs, lunatic, made the greatest invention that we have. We all use it, every single one of them. 85% of all millennials have them. iPhone's the business. You had Van Gogh. You had, look at this Elon Musk. That dude is fucking nuts. Partly because he has Asperger's, but that guy thinks of like the craziest shit. He's a billionaire on the Forbes. I think he's like the second richest man in the world, and he decides, because I don't want to go ahead and distract myself with big houses and stuff like that, he goes and buys a house, a pre-made built $45,000 house, just to sit in it that he can't even have company over. Like, things that happen with some of these people in their minds is completely crazy. Now, the only one that is a real reason for him to leave is this dude right here. This guy, man, Jeff Zucker, he abruptly resigned from his longtime post in February, saying he had failed to disclose a romantic relationship with a network executive.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Jeff Zucker had been with CNN since 2013. My dude just bumping belly buttons with some executive up there, and he just doesn't give a damn. He's all about it. But then we have this other guy, Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz, CEO of Starbucks, goes to that coffee place with terrible, terrible coffee. And I don't care who you are. Starbucks is crap coffee. It is terrible. It always tastes burnt. It's not good at all. But he's stepping down. Now, the CEOs amongst this last year was a total of 395. In 2019 was over 1,600 CEOs that went ahead and dipped out. So John Foley, Peloton, you know those things that everybody bought during the beginning of the pandemic because they were all getting fat and out of shape, and you had to go ahead and get something to keep your big ass rolling from eating all those damn, and I was one of them too. We were just eating so much, and I swear to God, I might have been a borderline alcoholic. Could have been. But my dude over here he's stepping down. Sheryl Sandberg, the CEO of Meta from Facebook, stepping down. Under Armour COO stepping down. Now, here's the two different avenues that we're going to with this. Number one, you have this thing where they say, oh, CEOs are people too. They've been under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of stress because of the pandemic and this and that, and they are overworked and blah, 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 blah. Let's just face it, if you're a CEO and you've made it up the ladder that high, you don't have a heart, you don't have a life. You're pretty much the scum of the fucking earth. You are pretty much the shittiest person in the entire world, because you know how many people you had to step on and how many people you had to bury in order to get to that stage?
You're fired. You're fired.
It is an exorbitant amount of people. Unless you're already like, for the sake of the title, you're gonna go ahead and do it. But for the most part, it is a brutal game out there. I was in the corporate world. The majority of you are in the corporate world watching this. It is not who is the best person. It is just who could go ahead and manipulate things the way that they want to go ahead and do. And then on the other hand, this is the more realistic way of thinking about it, is the people that are stepping down, and the reason why so many people are stepping down is because, well, they're not stupid. They don't want to be the ass of the joke of the pandemic era, because everybody knows that the whole entire market as a whole is going to crumble. Now, with the Fed fund rate increasing so drastically, and the Fed Chair Powell, Jerome Powell, is increasing interest rates, and they're going to increase it again. Come here in November, come again in December. They're going to keep increasing it because they stated unequivocally that they want us to go ahead and go into a recession. Now, the part that we're really, really worried about is are we going to go into a depression? I know the song and dance about recession and depression is all getting so annoying, and I'm right there with you. I hate this. I hate even talking about this, but it's good to know, like, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know. I think I'm going to go ahead and say that majority of these people already know what's about to happen. They don't want to go ahead and botch up their resume to say, oh, you know what, I was the one at fault for this company going sour, which then closes the doors for you to go and to get into another CFO, CCO, COO, CEO positions. Any one of these chairman type level positions, if you botch a CEO or a CFO or any one of those above positions, well, guess what? The gate's closed. Now they play politics. They play the game. They know the hand that they're dealt, and they're going to play very strategically. So let's see what ends up happening. For up to 50% commission rebate on your next real estate purchase, 0% listing on selling your current home, or any mortgage assistance, link in the description below. Like, subscribe, comment, but by all means, don't buy a fucking house, okay? If you really must, I shoot these offers out there so everybody knows, but don't buy a house. Wait till next year. Just kind of like ride this wave out. Let that at least the couple of Fed fund rate interest increase, and then we'll go from there. But until next video, guys, I appreciate you watching. Peace.
I don't wanna waste a minute.